Match found.
Yo, yo, yo. Hello?
Match found.
You have good taste, my friend.
Match found.
And they're off.
Placing sentry.
Impeccable kill. Reloading. Turret down.
Blocking sight. Variable removed. Party's over.
Stalling.
Placing swarm grenade.
That's a good spot. I have them. Excusez-moi.
Swarm grenade.
New stage in 10.
Time out.
Teleport's
Stage
ready.
2.
Well, that's another gun, bro.
Grounded.
Cutting their vision. Stealing sight.
I'll give. Shoot.
Placing sentry.
Charge your ults.
That's 3.
God, come on.
Yeah.
Teleport's ready. Reloading. Watch your eyes!
New stage in 10.
Stealing sight. Got one.
Stage 3.
Grounded. Alarm bot down. Now 4.
Terminus. That works. Reload him.
Charge your ults.
Teleport's ready. My ult is ready.
Time's out.
Not your best. That's 3.
10 seconds until stage change.
Grounded.
Final stage.
Finished.
Away with you. And 4.
Auf Wiedersehen.
They are so dead. Teleport's ready.
Placing swarm grenade. Reloading.
Here.
Reloading.
God, Jesus Louise, bro.
Good.
Ultimate orb
Got
spawning.
3.
Placing alarm
You
bomb.
lose.
Oh, get out of my way.
Right dead.
Placing sentry.
That's a good spot.
Placing swarm. Bomb sight out.
One less.
Look sharp.
Fire in the hole. That's done.
Get out of here.
15 kills to go.
Come on, man. Right, you're just running down.
My ultimate ready.
Ultimate orb spawning.
I don't think so.
10 kills remaining.
Initiated.
Come on, let's go. Next.
5 kills remaining.
Reyna
Hi,
killed.
I'm pissed.
My ult.
Careful now.
Come on, man.
Teleport's ready.
Damn it.
Match found.
You have good taste, my friend.
Match found.
They have no idea how heartless I am.
Begin.
Reloading. Freak.
Reloading.
Reload. Still in sight.
Satchel out.
Too late.
Ultimate orb spawning.
Enough.
Blasting.
Precision kill.
Night night. Dusted.
Satchel out.
10 seconds until stage change.
Reloading.
Still in sight.
Done.
Reloading.
Stage 2.
Trevor. Be faster. Right there.
One down.
Watch your eyes.
Enemy killed.
Bomb buddy out.
No
Charge your ults.
Satchel out.
Come on, 145.
They're super dead. Nightmare's over. Three for me.
Get him. Lock in sight.
Real! Freak! My ult's ready.
Charge your ults.
Cutting their vision. Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
My ultimate's ready.
Come on, let's go! My ult's ready.
New stage in 10.
Watch this!
Barret.
You disappoint me.
Final stage.
Adios. Cutting their vision.
Satchel out.
Shut up. Aim a little lower. Just aim a little lower. Why are you reloading, bro?
What? Flash out!
Nice flash, bro. This fucking cunt is just sitting there.
Oops. Worthless.
Clearing out! Flash! Get here!
Still in sight. Not ready yet.
Spawning.
God, man.
I've got your trail.
Reloading.
On my way.
It's my fucking arm because it's.
Jet stabbed her way to a rampage.
Flash! Reloading.
15 kills to go.
Still in sight. Cutting their vision.
How is she not dead? Jesus, man.
Got him. Satchel out.
Reloaded.
Ultimate orb spawning. 5 kills left.
Satchel out.
Cutting their vision.
Reloading.
Match found.
They have no idea how heartless I am.
These new Avengers soaps will
Let the bullets fly.
Nightmare's over.
Sorry, bro.
Nailed it.
Oh, you ain't coming back.
You disappoint.
Ultimate orb spawning.
Gotta go. Jet
Feeling
grounded.
sight.
Maybe don't run at them like an idiot.
Not ready yet.
Grenade.
Ten seconds until stage change.
Feeling sight.
Come on, shut up, fucking shoot.
I'm out of here. Back off. Reloading. I'm out of here.
No need to suffer.
Careful now.
Going.
Charge your ults.
Shortcut.
Too slow. Get out of my way.
Cutting their vision.
Go away. There. My ult's ready.
10 seconds until stage change.
That's 3.
One down. Party's over.
Stage 3.
Reloading.
Cutting their vision.
Soto!
Dead.
What are you doing? Your fucking tunnel vision with me.
Watch out. Go, go, go. Party's unloaded. There.
That's 3.
Charge your ults.
Feeling sight.
You're out.
New stage in 10.
Satchel out.
begins.
We're good.
Flash!
Come on.
Pathetic.
Ultimate orb spawning.
Sit down!
I'm out of here.
You're fine.
15 kills remaining.
Get out of my way.
Taken out.
Parasite.
Dropped.
They will cower. I've got your trail.
Bad move. Here we go.
10 kills remaining.
Down.
That's done.
Cutting their vision.
Here, reload him.
Stealing sight. Thick.
Five kills remaining.
Going up.
Ultimate
My
orb
ultimate's
spawning.
ready. Come on, let's go.
Slow it down. Slow it down.
Is your lawn fair?
Match found.
All right, where's the fight?
I bet their Jet thinks she's all that. Well, newsflash, girlie.
Hello.
No one wins alone. I'll take her and her team down.
Hello. Greetings.
Hello.
What's up, guys?
That's it.
Watching here. Wonderful.
Cover going out. Reloaded.
Enemy spotted.
Careful now.
Vipers, eh?
Time to hunt.
Reload him. Shadows traveling.
Enemy down.
Spike down A. Last player standing.
I know. What? No.
We chillin', we chillin'.
Pick them up.
That's my flash.
Careful of the Viper. Hawk out! Blinded.
Yeah, careful Viper. Bro. Shut up.
No more Viper.
Let's go.
Shadows traveling. Cover going out.
Last
spike
player
carrier's
standing.
down.
Spike down C.
Damn it.
These parasites aren't going to take one step past this place. Find the weak point and break it. Hawk out! Blinded.
Bunch of guys, eh? Need healing. No. What are you doing? Plant the spike. Rest. Spike planted.
Hawk out!
One enemy remaining.
For you.
Hawk out!
God damn it.
Easy, man. There can only be one. No charges.
Now we're on the right path. Let's keep going.
Yes. Wonderful.
Going
Reloaded. My ultimate's almost ready.
Hawk out!
Reload him.
Blinded.
Need healing. Here.
Healing over here.
My ultimate's ready. Come on, let's go!
Weapons here. Time to reloading.
Come on, man.
Get reloaded. Here.
Let us rotate.
That door opens and nobody fucking watches it?
Flash!
Shadows traveling.
Here. Watch your eyes!
Cover going
All
out.
raised.
Spike planted. Disappear.
Reload him.
Here.
Careful now.
Ready
Someone's
yet?
A. Going up.
One enemy remaining.
Here. I can't see your guy.
Well done. Sage, the life you give. Do you ever wonder where it's taken from?
Does anyone have funds? Miss. Reloaded. Reload him.
We're not equals. Let's go.
Cover going out.
Yes.
Reloaded.
Hawk out!
Reloading.
Watch your eyes.
Time to hunt. Got him.
No, you don't. Reload him.
Spike planted.
Hawk out!
Ultimate is ready.
Blinded.
You have got to be kidding me, man.
One enemy remaining.
Down.
Here.
Reloading.
Kill me.
For you.
Reloading. Careful now.
Trust me, say we'll make mistakes.
My ultimate's
Once they
almost
do,
ready.
take advantage.
Alright, we got it.
I can buy.
I got yous, okay?
I can buy.
I can buy for you, my treats.
Alright, shit.
Shadows traveling.
Enemy A.
Enemy spotted. A. My ultimate is. Barrier
My
created.
ultimate's ready.
Healing over here. Hawk out!
Careful.
That's done.
Hawk out! Blinded.
Reloading.
Sebastian, what the fuck are you doing, bro?
Oh yeah! Monster on
One
the loose!
enemy remaining.
Triple, baby.
Last player standing.
Hit.
Wow, you just fucking 1v3s. You got 4 of them.
Clutch.
I feel the strain. Block it out, Omen.
My ultimate's ready.
Help a girl out, would you?
Hit. Hit.
Here.
Time to mobilize my pack.
Going B.
Seek them out.
Come on, let's go.
Found one.
Flash. Someone's deep.
Cover going out.
Wall raised.
Cover going out.
Dead.
Here.
Hawk out!
Enemy spotted.
Healing.
Stealing sight.
Time to hunt.
You were a mistake.
Careful here.
Gone.
Careful.
One enemy remaining. Last player standing.
You got this. Nice! Yeah, I'll do better on defense, guys. I'm more of a defensive player, to be honest.
Remember,
I'm very sorry.
stay out of the fire. Super high level.
Go dead.
And I should play Jet, to be honest. I should not play Chamber.
Yes.
Well done. Well done.
Don't keep them ground.
Thank you.
You want to play?
Yes.
Let's play.
Wait, let me do it, let me...
Get out of my way!
Watch your eyes.
Time to hunt.
Wall raised. Spike planted.
Finished. Hawk out!
Return to dust.
Hawk out! Blinded.
Last player standing.
Teleports.
Come on,
I
bro.
suck!
Together, we will bury them under their transgressions.
Done here.
Barrier created.
Your duty is not over.
Time to hunt.
Going out.
Got him.
Here.
Hawk out!
Can I have a heal?
Heal up, squad.
Enemy removed.
Hawk out! Blinded.
Spike planted.
One CT.
One enemy remaining.
Air flashing 5. Wait till I flash.
That's it. Break time.
Reloading. No.
Heal up, squad.
Careful now.
These new friends of ours are not too friendly.
Wonderful.
My ultimate's almost ready.
Yes. Well done. Well done.
I'll take point.
I can buy for you.
I
My
got you,
treat.
bruv.
Shadows traveling.
Enemy A.
Watch your eyes.
Reloading.
Going up. Flash.
Cover going out.
Hawk out! Blinded.
You lose.
Remove.
One enemy remaining.
Yo, why is no one killing Gecko?
Hawk out! Blinded.
It's the last of them.
Out. Reloading.
What will it be this time? Have
My
any
ultimate's
patterns in my-
ready.
No.
Here.
Yes.
I'll push him off this angle chamber, and you can grab it.
Find the
Take
weak
the
point
duo.
and
Even
break
if I
it.
got no aim right now, but I want to take it.
Hawk out! Blinded.
Come on, let's go!
Shadows traveling. Cover going
Oh, you
out.
ain't coming back.
My ult's ready. Hawk out!
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
Careful now.
One dead.
Reloading. Careful.
Time to hunt.
One enemy remaining.
No drama.
Well done.
Suck.
For you.
Last round in the half.
Buy
I
the
can
best
buy.
guns you can.
Hit. On my way.
They're weak. Good. I can buy.
No.
Shadows traveling.
Eliminate.
Get out of here!
Who's next? Shadows traveling. Here.
Wall raised.
Hawk out!
Many enemies ahead.
120 euro.
Spike down A.
I have the spike. Watch them run.
They're both super low.
One enemy remaining.
Spike planted. Cover going out. Cover going out. Here.
CT.
Stealing sight.
Switching sides.
Well, I reckon morale's gonna be pretty low over there.
If they start pushing, you just back out. Flash out of here. C to get info.
They should stop trying.
Hawk out!
Nothing C.
Someone's B.
Going B.
Watch you guys B. Someone's B.
Last player standing.
Jesus Christ.
If you see one of my creatures, it's a good thing, alright? We'll figure out what they do eventually.
Taking point. Here. Here. Focus now. Eyes off me.
Blinded.
Here, C.
I'm on my way.
Backed up all the way.
Time to hunt. They're concussed.
Spike planted.
For you. Reloading. Hawk out.
Embarrassing. Careful now.
Last player standing.
One down.
One enemy remaining.
Let them try to get through me. Hawk out.
Good picks. Back out.
Knocked him.
One
My
enemy
ult's
remaining.
ready. Hawk out.
We have Spike.
My ultimate's ready. I got it. Yeah. Spike safe.
Buy stuff, ka-ching, little skrrr, then we're done. Yeah?
Who died? Keep it. Oh, don't drop, don't drop.
Thank you.
Here. Thank you. Who will I spot first?
Hawk out. Blinded.
Some C. Yeah, they're coming C.
I'm on my way.
Time to hunt.
Put down.
Hawk out.
Going B.
Shadows traveling. Enemy spotted. No.
74, Gecko.
One enemy remaining.
Right. I stopped that.
Just some good old hard yakka. Standing in between us and victory.
I can buy for you. My treats.
Hawk out.
Sit down.
Taken out. Hawk out.
One enemy remaining.
Blinded.
Spike down B. Flawless.
How does
These sinks is win.
Time to stock back up.
Thank you. I can buy. chance, mes amis.
Hawk out!
Who's next?
My ultimate's ready.
I can see
Come
him.
on, let's go!
Spike down A.
That one's dead.
Hawk out! Blinded!
One enemy remaining. Match point.
Come on, squad! Gotta play that whistle!
I will rip the light from them.
Get
You
out
want
of
to
my
play?
way! Hawk
Let's
out.
play.
Blinded.
Enemy C.
Oh yeah! Monster on the loose!
You're out.
Time to hunt.
One enemy remaining.
Got him!
GG's, guys.
Defenders win.
Not ready yet.
Good morning, Stephanie. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. Sorry I wasn't able to get back to you a little earlier. Have you were you briefed about this case prior to me reaching out to you?
Well, it depends.
Okay, so this
There's
one.
a lot going on right now. I'm not sure.
I got you. This one is regarding the facility over at 1967. It's regarding Terry McFowan. There's an allegation about a particular associate feels like he is being retaliated against because after he was told that his position was being eliminated. Does that ring a bell or no?
Yeah, so I think you have the facility wrong.
Oh, okay.
Terry McGowan works in 6070.
67. Okay. Let me change that. Oh, alright. Yeah, I'm not sure why it came at that facility. Anyways, I'm glad you told me that so I
Yeah,
can update
so-
the case.
I could tell you all things Terry,
Mm-hmm.
and what I could tell you as it relates to this, I guess it was an ethics ticket initially, and then it got kicked over to you and your team.
Right.
So, Terry McGowan is in an emerging AGM role.
Right.
And consistently in the division that I support, we also have an emerging GM role. And they're just not panning out, they're not giving us what we thought, so we have made the decision for both of those roles consistently to, kind of not be eliminated, cause it's not like we're completely, as a company going away from them,
Okay.
but just not gonna be utilized in the southeast at this time.
So it's the region where it's being eliminated, correct?
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah, and I had this conversation with Terry, that it was, you know, the DDP and I, based on kind of what we wanted with these roles. So these roles are kind of like a stepping stone. So he was an ops manager, we put him in this emerging AGM role, train, give him every tool, every resource to then, potentially step into an AGM role.
Mm-hmm.
Same thing with the GM. Same thing, we thought that we could kind of start to build the talent pool and the bench strength within the division to have these two people be ready for any kind of role came open, being AGM or GM, and it's just not coming to fruition like we had thought. So I partnered with legal and, with transition services and kind of gave them both, a week apart, simply just because of PTO reasons.
Mm-hmm.
What we called a soft communication, say, hey, we want you all to be successful, we value you as associates, so we're gonna communicate now, to, workforce adjustment policies, 45 days, but we're giving them 6 months to, again, soft communication, to start looking for a new job, effective October 1st. They will be on a 90-day job search, but essentially just kind of telling them now to give them even more time, to try to land something.
Okay, you said October 1st starts the 31-day or 90-day job search, correct?
Correct. Where they will truly be pulled out of position, they will stay home in their sole job, so it's like it's what we call like a non-working, job search. Their sole job will literally just to be at home interviewing and applying and getting ready for positions.
Okay, excellent. How many, are you able to tell me how many total associates are being affected by this?
It's just these two.
Okay.
So back, rewind the clock probably, it's been over a year. The strategy that the former DDP and I set up is we had a really hard time, sourcing talent in the southeast for these higher level roles. So that's why we kind of dropped these two roles in the division, again,
Okay.
really just to build that bench strength, to have talent when needed.
Who's the, you said it was the DDP, who's the DDP that you partner with?
He's no longer with the company,
What was his name?
but my, Jeff Loafman,
What was the last name?
Loafman,
Lofman? Loff? How do you spell the last name? Are you still here? Stephanie? Hello? Stephanie? Hello? Okay. Let's try that.
can you hear me?
I can hear you now.
Oh, yeah, I could hear you, I don't know.
That's weird. That's alright.
So my new DDP is in alignment with this as well.
Okay, and who is that?
His name's Toby Gray, Toby Gray.
Would be great, perfect. And you said Jeff Loafman. How did you spell the last name? That's where you cut off.
Yeah, it's Loafman.
Okay. And he left the company how long ago?
Probably 6 months ago or so.
Okay. And when did Toby come in?
About that time.
Okay. When was the decision made that these two positions were being eliminated?
When were they made?
Yeah.
I want to say it was about March. So there's kind of a backstory about this.
Okay.
As it relates to Terry, now Sarah, the one that's in the other position, she has no issues with this. Like she knew that kind of the expectations that within a year you needed to be ready to go into these bigger positions, and so I think she's actively working on getting a new job.
Okay.
Terry, on the other hand, so the situation in which Terry feels like he's being retaliated against, which was unsubstantiated, is...
Well, that's ultimately what I'm investigating.
Yeah, so there was a situation in his facility where an ops manager...
Is that Justin?
No, that's the AGM.
Okay.
An ops manager by the name of Demetrius was initially terminated for theft. Terry, in which had no insight into kind of the investigation or the outcome, inserted himself into which was still an active investigation, because while the team was investigating the theft situation with Demetrius, it had been brought up that potentially or allegedly that Justin was also stealing.
Okay.
So the team was still investigating that. Terry came on site to the facility on his day off, stormed into a meeting in which there was high level leadership, some that were aware of the investigation, some that were not, and made a statement as to why are we firing people for stealing a package of donuts. So again, there's an active investigation going on.
Right.
There's people in the room that have no idea. And what had happened is Demetrius had called Terry and told him the situation, and then he made the decision, as again, he's an emerging AGM, made the decision to drive to the facility on his day off and make a very bold statement in front of people that they were not on the need to know basis.
Right. Do we know who was all part of that meeting?
So I know GM, people partner, the SSE, I wanna say there was 2 or 3, maybe more.
Do you have names for them?
Yeah, so Marcelo is I'll give you all the information, and then I'll give you the names.
Okay.
So that happened. Long story short, Demetrius open-doored his termination. We brought him back to a different facility, and then it was unsubstantiated that the AGM Justin ever took anything. So that done, squash that. That was in January. Okay, January. Ever since then, Terry has at least, there's been numerous times in which Terry has filed an ethics ticket, been retaliated against. He has made claims or alleged different things about harassment, all in which have been unsubstantiated. So it's at least, I would say, 4 or 5 times, there has been some allegation that he is claiming that has not been alleged.
Are
The
these-
most recent one.
Are these allegations
So go ahead.
the ones that Terry's made a few allegations? Are they all? Do they all mention Justin as the subject, or is it different people?
In the one that he submitted just this week that I turned over, that I think that you're looking into, it wasn't, most of them have been against Marcelo,
Okay.
nothing about Justin. So there was one last week that I think Jeanette, somebody investigated where, Terry was alleging that everyone knew that, or that there was rumors that his job was completely going away.
Okay.
After that, the findings were that he is actually the one, that has been posting on LinkedIn, looking for jobs, he's been out of the building a lot, so there have been, I think managers being like, what's going on with Terry? But then the conversation was like, I see him asking if anyone knows of any jobs, so it's more of like, he's actively putting his business out there. No one has, said, we've heard that your job is being eliminated. That was last week's, or 2 weeks ago, investigation.
Okay, I'm guessing all the allegations that he's made have been unsubstantiated, correct?
Correct. So, we're almost to the point, I talked to my DVP about this 2 weeks ago, I think it was, the one right after the whole LinkedIn thing, where we're about to have a conversation with him to say, hey, it is obvious that you're unhappy, like, we can just start your job search period now, because we were being more than gracious in giving him extra time, and he just continues to, for lack of better terms, throw things on the wall to see if anything will stick, and it's wasting, I probably talk about bringing people into the loop of this whole entire Terry situation at least every other week.
What do you think Terry's trying to achieve by throwing all these things to see what sticks? Is he trying to, what is he trying to get?
I don't know, to be honest. I honestly don't know.
Okay. Now, when was Terry first told about, actually, let's go back to this before I forget. Who was in the meeting that you mentioned earlier?
Yeah, so Marcelo is the GM.
Yeah.
Justin, I don't know if Justin was there or not. I wanna say he was. Justin, and then Heather is the people partner. And then Eddie, Vic, or Edward, I believe is the SSE.
What was the last one, sorry?
Edward.
Vic.
Other than that, you could probably ask them, they'll remember, I don't.
Okay.
All I know is, Heather and Marcelo called me right after, and they were extremely frustrated, that as a leader, he would come in and make bold statements like that, not knowing. And I had a very frank conversation with Terry, after the fact, saying, hey, you very well could have jeopardized the investigation, and, he made statements like, I need to know about this. And I'm like, no, you don't, like, he's like, well, I'm a leader in this building. He said, I understand that, Terry, but there are times in which there are investigations that you don't need to be a part of, and they will contact you if you are a subject or a witness, and those are the only times in which you need to be privy to these situations.
Okay. And what was the reason he was brought in on the investigation?
It wasn't brought in on the investigation.
How did he become aware of the investigation and the facts?
Demetrius called him and told him that he had just been
Okay.
terminated for stealing.
Okay, that makes more sense. Perfect. when was the first time that Terry was notified that his position was being eliminated?
I believe it was like the first week of July. I don't know the exact date. So, yeah, that goes back to, so the whole, that thing. So we were going to do this in like February, March, around like evaluation time.
Okay.
However, when I initially said, hey, partner with transition services and legal on that call, legal and I stayed behind because I knew for a fact that he was going to try to say that it was in retaliation to the whole theft situation. So Lorraine and I got together and we're like, let's just pause that for a little bit. And I knew he was already actively looking for jobs. I said this might just solve itself sooner rather than later, and we won't even need to have that conversation with him.
Yeah.
And so we pushed that out for a little bit. Again, I'm being very sensitive and mindful and wanting to do the right thing by him. And so that's why we waited another 4 months or so.
Gotcha.
3 months.
Now, Terry was not involved in the investigation that ultimately led to Dimitri's termination. During that
investigation, he was interviewed on that. Like, I don't know.
Okay.
I was not part of that. I was
That
only
was-
part of the outcome.
I gotcha.
Okay,
Okay.
are we aligned to the termination? I don't know who they interviewed for.
Gotcha.
So,
Okay. So that's, do you have a case number for that,
I don't, again,
Okay. Let's see. I'll look it, obviously we'll have access to that, so we'll look at it. Because my question, and I'm guessing he was probably a witness, the reason I'm saying that is because if I'm understanding this correctly, there was an investigation, ultimately led to Dimitri's termination, but part of the conversation here, part of the issue here, and this is from an email from Terry, was that he made a statement about Justin taking something out of the cafeteria, which is, I'm guessing, the part what was also investigated and ultimately unsubstantiated. Does that sound accurate to Justin's investigation or Justin's allegation?
Yes, that is correct.
Okay.
I think the way in which I remember, again, this was like January, the way in which I remember is that he came storming in that day and he was like, I just don't understand why we're Herman managers for selling packages of donuts, when I've seen Justin do it as well, or something to that nature. And that's when the team was like, ouch, like, all right, well now we need to look into this, because if we term one manager,
Right.
and someone else is stealing from the same area, and it's not the cafeteria, that's where it got really tricky. It was like this associate, I call it the associate center, where we give out tokens to hourly associates for doing a good job, being safe, whatever, and they can redeem those for something in this area.
Okay.
It's not like part of the canteen. The difference is, we've cleared it up now, is that there were other snacks and parts of the building that were free to managers. Although different snacks, I guess Demetrius thought it was all the same snacks, so he took it and just thought they were all free.
Gotcha. And that's what led to his termination, correct?
That's what led him to come back, because there was no doubt, he said, yes, I took those donuts without paying for it.
Yeah.
Facts. What brought him back was the whole associate center snacks versus like we have some snacks in HR.
Right.
There's, so it was
Yeah.
like a very gray line of like what snacks you have to pay for, what snacks are free.
Sure, it changes it from outright just stealing something versus a possible mistake by somebody.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. Now, did Justin have anything to do with any input, or even Marcelo? Same. Actually, let's stick with Marcelo. Did Marcelo have any input whatsoever in regarding the termination of these two positions?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. Now, what did you ultimately base the decision to terminate both? I know you said you weren't getting what you wanted out of it. Is it an issue with performance by both associates, or is it just the role itself? Maybe there's too much overlap over other roles. I don't know, but help me understand that part. What is happening? Oh boy.
We are sorry. There is no one available to take your...
Hello?
Sorry, I have no idea what's going
I don't know either. It's okay. So,
on. Alright, so these two roles, if you think of these two roles, like they
Yeah.
are a stepping stone into the next level.
okay.
In both of these situations, from resources, tools, training, even giving like extra awareness, both of these people in these roles are not ready for the next level.
Okay, now that decision, obviously, so it's a performance-based decision. That's why it's not being terminated all across the board. It's just these two associates that are just not cutting it ultimately, not meeting the standards.
Correct.
Now, that
Exactly.
the feedback of them not meeting the standard, particularly with Terry in this case, who is that feedback coming from? Is that from Marcelo, or is that a metrics base that you guys can look at, or is that, how do we know that that Terry is not meeting standards?
Yeah, right. So, performance-based, yes. Metrics-based, yes. So if you look at any of the metrics as it relates to Shelby, specifically 6070, you will see that building, I have 10 buildings, it is the 9th out of 10th lowest in all metrics building that we have. And we have an additional leadership headcount being Terry in that role. So you would think that having an additional leadership headcount, we would be driving those metrics increasingly faster than others, if successful in that role.
Okay, I got you.
Sarah, on the other hand, is in a different situation, because the strategy was Shelby. We have an extremely difficult time hiring in Shelby. That's why we have Terry there. Sarah, on the other hand, it was more like we were gonna put her in the best of the best buildings, so that she can learn from the best GM, the best, to be ready for the next step. So there was different strategies on where we inputted these two roles in the division.
Okay, I got you. Whenever Marcelo had the conversation with Terry about the termination of his position, do you know who was a witness to this conversation?
Yeah, Heather was in there.
Okay. And that was the first conversation that anybody had with Terry regarding the end of his position, correct?
Correct.
Okay. I'm trying to figure out what else we'll have to show in order to satisfy ethics about this. Can you think of any other reason why Terry would feel that that his job is being terminated out of retaliation?
No. Again, I think Terry is just, I've gone as far as I've made the ethics team aware that at this point, it's almost borderline harassment what Terry is doing to the leadership team there in Shelby.
Right, it sounds
Because he
sounds
is
like it.
making allegations that are diminishing and, not ruining because they're unsubstantiated, but the reputation of the GM and the people team and Justin, quite frankly, like, it is really sad and disrespectful. And like I said, I am supporting 3 divisions right now, and at least once a week, I have to do some Terry course of action, whether it's like, I've really done right by him. I've said, hey, the people team will go out and find available jobs in the area. They'll get you that roster like every other week so that you have those, like, and he just continues to do these things. And we are spending 3 times as much of our level of effort on Terry situations, to be quite honest.
Gotcha. Now, what do we have in terms of records regarding Terry's metrics?
I mean, I would imagine that, well, I know that in like his eval, there was a conversation, regarding like overall performance, and we could easily tie the performance of the building to, key things that he's not driving.
That he is not driving, or that the facility in general is not driving? The reason I'm asking is because ultimately I'm gonna have to provide information to ethics that shows that this particular associate is not performing up to standards, which is why we're terminating the position, which makes sense. But if all the metrics are tied, if most of the metrics are tied to the facility and not the associate, then it's gonna beg the question of why Terry in particular, right? I know we created this role. It sounds like we created this role, but and that would be the obvious position to terminate if there was one. But I'm sure they're gonna want to know, you know, how involved was Terry in this driving this particular metric or metrics that ultimately led to the termination of the role. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, I don't have enough insight as to what specific metrics. I know all leaders are held to certain criteria of metrics.
Yeah.
But again, if you think purely through additional headcount,
Right.
and that piece, and I'm happy to talk to whomever. Again, I've been on the phone with legal more often than not regarding ensuring, from these 2 roles specifically, that we are aligned and,
Yeah.
we're all aligned there, so.
Okay. I think that the natural question from ethics is going to be, you know, if we make this decision to terminate this associate, then.
But I want to be very clear